Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Makakodah. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video The Influence of the One Westers is Everywhere, or something to that effect. I'll change it up. I might use the word ubiquitous. But let's see. Let me see the influence of the one Westers are ubiquitous, or is ubiquitous, whatever. My English is not too good. And you look up the word ubiquitous, meaning it's everywhere. The influence is everywhere, and I'm gonna prove that. You're gonna hear some madness, and this is on Tariq Radio one day ago. Tariq Nasheed, FBA, which is Foundational Black Americans, which are Israelites, advocate for Somali issues. And the answer is hell no, because they're not our people, they're Hamites. People still don't understand that you had three classifications of people: sons of the wicked, sons of men, and sons of the Most High. And then you have, and it's categorized between three sons of Noah: Ham, Shem, and Japhet. Shem, Ham, and Japhet. Japhet. I'm sorry. Shem is the youngest, so it should be last. Japhet, Ham, and Shem. And we come from Shem. We are Shemites. We so-called Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, Indians, indigenous people of the Americas. We are Shemites, as well as the so-called white man, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Arabs. And then you have, even I mentioned the so-called white man, even the small hats are Shemitic, and we are Shemitic as well. They use the word Sem, which is a made-up word. It's actually Shem. When you look up the word Sem, it means anybody that gets on, so-called Jewish people. But the actual word, the root of the word, goes back to Shem. So they can be Semites, we're Shemites. They can be Jews, we're Israelites. See, we don't say we're the Jews, we say we're the Israelites, because there's 12 tribes of Israel. Anyway, I'm going to read a precept and I'm going to let you hear this. This is the 36 minute, 52-second mark of a 1 hour and a 27-minute video. And this is fair use, fair use, fair use. And this is just for the critique and to basically critique. It is going to be a critique. Not what Tariq Nasheed said, but he had a caller, which was a woman, and you can clearly tell she's a so-called black woman. And, she mentions Esau, the Edomites, Ishmael. Which way you think she got that from? She got it from one of the former One West camps, whether it be IUIC, ISUPK, GMS. You got Sakari. You got a lot of these different groups. You got a lot of splinter groups, and then you also have groups that have never got with any of the One West camps and just watched the videos and then just said, "Look, we're gonna make up a group, get a bunch of guys together, and do our own thing." So when you see them out there on the highways and the byways with a sign, 12 tribe sign, but they never been a part of One West. They didn't come up. Spirit didn't jump on them and say, "Okay, make a sign, go out there on the streets." They got it from the influence came from the former One Westers. Really, you can attribute that to the GMS, because we were the ones that were hard on the street, and we still are on the streets, doing a bunch of videos. So she's going to speak on the Israelites, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, first time you ever heard the word Edomite, it was from one of the one, mainly GMS. Oh, for that matter, the first time you heard about the seven, King Marshall, Ariyah, Yaquab, the rest of the seven, Yeshaya, Gazak, Lahab, Shaw, were from not from the one Westers, but from the men of GMS, the leadership of GMS, because IUIC didn't introduce you to their leaders. That came after. That goes for ISUPK, that goes for any other group. They didn't really push. You know what Marshall looks like. We put videos up. You know what High Priest Ariyah looks like. You know what High Priest Yaquab looks like. Recently, you had High Priest Kazak. That was his title. He was on a couple. Last thing he did was he was on Killer Priest. If you go to Killer Priest podcast and you put in Kazak, Elder Kazak or whatever, he was on there. He was on another show, another YouTube page. But ever since he hasn't been on. I don't believe he set up a page. But he's another one of the seven. Shaw. It's hard. I have videos of Shaw. I just got to find them. They're on VCRs, and you can't really work VCRs. You break the tape. But I got him on tape. If the Spirit, willing, I'll find the tape and I'll actually put it up. I'm pretty sure Priest Danyala has VHSs on High Priest Shaw. He got VHSs on all of them because he came to me and said, I got tons of video on Utah. So if you got tons of video on me, you got tons of videos on the rest of the seven. So anyway, we tell you that you're the Israelites. We're going to the tribes, the 12 tribes. We're known for the 12 tribe sign, which is so controversial, inside joke, controversial. And that's why people kind of know Judah and Benjamin, and Levi and Gad. And they know about the Ishmaelites and the Edomites and Esau. Like I said, prior to us coming on YouTube, nobody knew about Esau. You Christians, vocab didn't know about nothing about Esau. You actually Edom, and you go to Edom and Esau, and David was an Edomite because he was ruddy. Ah, man, shut the fuck up, man. You desperate vocab. Yeah, vocab got a short of a woman that came to one of the camps. She didn't come to our camp because we don't got no women in our camp. We got women that follow us. And she said she didn't know the Bible. And I'll give you the video. I can do it right now. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Let me see. Okay. Well, this right here. You can watch this. I believe this guy might be a Jake Mac Arthur or whatever. A Scottish as opposed to Irish. So you got to be of Scottish descent. But he goes into it. He breaks it down just like we break it down. So I put the comment. I'm a little all over the place. He might be a Jake. Anyway, let's go from here to vocab Malone. And vocab Malone is desperate. But this is the last one he did. Driver calls on your Howard Shai during arrest, and they busted window. I think this is old. I'm not gonna watch it, but well, you know what? Skiva called on Yahweh Shai, and the demons jumped on his ass and beat the clothes off of him and his sons. Oh, this is it right here. Let me see something. This blockhead chick. She want to be a white woman. You see the blonde, the bleach on the tips of the. She's one of them chicks. She's one of them conscious. Spent a couple of years and might have got a little bullshit ass degree, been with a bunch of different niggas. I don't know. I've dealt with women like this. Them college women are the worst. They're the worst. They're all fucked up. It says YouTube, why I left the Hebrew Israelites. I joined BHI because I was biblically illiterate. So now, it tells you in the tape, in the short, that when she got with the Israelites, pretty much she was influenced to read. So she started reading the Bible. This is interesting. Let me read this. But then she realized I can read. And then she realized she's reading the Bible, and she reads. She comes to the conclusion, based upon the fact that she can finally read, that she's not an Israelite. Vocab Malone, you are desperate, man. First of all, a woman is insignificant anyway. You know? Nothing from nothing, leave nothing. So she's not important. We're not shaking. Oh my goodness, Vocab got one of them. The hell out of here, man. Coming back to this guy, that it says Michigan driver calls on Yahweh Shai, the Lashon Kodash name for Yahweh Shai. Now, if it was an Acts, I think it's Acts 16. Let me go check. Matter of fact, I'll come back to that. But anyway, let me go ahead and play this video to show you the influence of the One West Israelite doctrine. Maybe I'll call it that. The influence of the One West Israelite doctrine. Let me just read this here. This is going to be a woman that speaks, and she heard us. She probably listened to Sonetta and Tyreek and all. Well, she knew about Tyreek because she called Tyreek show, and even Tyreek kind of like clowns her. All right. It says, "Let the woman learn in silence," meaning shut the hell up, with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach. She's going to attempt to teach through Tyreek's platform, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Now, there's a particular Israelite group that has women teaching in the midst of opening their mouth in the midst of men. If you can tell me what that Israelite group is, you good. For Adam was first formed than Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So now let's listen to this madness and confusion. See, if the Spirit is not guiding you, if you don't have the eye salves in Revelation 3, round about the 19th verse, 20th verse, you're not going to see it, but you're going to spew out a lot of confusion and madness. And there's people who are going to find this woman, follow this woman.
What have you called up, brother? The brother has a Timu earpiece on, and that's just not working here, sir. Oh, and what's up, Ty?
Hi, Tariq. I just want to say something about what the caller just spoke about, the Fulani.
Yeah.
And I am FBA here in Los Angeles with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, from my research, the Fulani.
From her research, not from what she learned from her husband. She used to be an Israelite. She used to follow Sarnetta. What I learned from my research. You can tell by her voice she's been around, if you know what I mean.
Which is a descendant of Ishmael. This is going to sound crazy, and this is going to piss off the Hebrew Israelites, okay?
You're right. At least you gave us a warning. Thank you, sister, for giving us a warning. You said this is going to sound crazy, and you're 100% correct. Even Tyreek is going to say, yep, this shit sound crazy, and I think you are crazy too, woman.
I just want you to know that. They're telling us we're Jews and we're Israelites. We are Bantu people, and we ran all of Africa and the whole world.
And that's correct. We are Bantu. The Bantu people are descendants of Israel. The Ban is meaning son, and the two, I gotta look that up, but I know Ban, like the Benin, the people of Benin, Benin, I'm sorry, Benin, I think of Ben, son, and Een or Eem would make it, if you took the letter N from the end of the word, the back of the word, and you put an M there, it's Benin, which means sons. Bantu, ban meaning son, but the two, I don't know what that means. But I do know this. I did a little research and I found out that the Bantu's original language is Hebrew, and the way they would greet each other, and you can double check me, they would either say shalom or shalama. I believe even Tariq Nasheed mentions it in this video. If you watch the whole video, good video. I subscribed to him, by the way. He spoke about, I believe it was him, he spoke about borrowing words. Now, you know what I found out? I found it a while ago, but I can't find it. I'll look for it. Somebody can find it. I'll do a video on it. I'm lazy. But Eleazar ben Yehuda, which is the father of modern Hebrew. If you put in father of modern Hebrew, Eleazar ben Yehuda, which he had a different name. I forget. Look it up and give you his real name. He didn't have a Hebrew Israelite sounding name, but he had to. I believe he from Russia, so he might just be a Jake. We don't know. He might be a descendant from the Scythians. But anyway, he's called the father of modern Hebrew because these Europeans that came into the land before 48, they didn't know no Hebrew. So they need somebody to bring back to life, to rebirth the Hebrew, to bring a renaissance to the Hebrew. So he didn't know Hebrew, but he did some research, and he came to the conclusion that this is what he said, but I got to find it. I found it years ago. If you do enough research, he said, the question was, is the original Hebrew being spoken anywhere on the planet? And he came to the conclusion that the original Hebrew is Arabic. But I'm going to look for it. I'll find it if it's there unless they took it out. It was somewhere in Google. But he did say that in putting the Hebrew together, remember they didn't have Hebrew. When they came from different parts of Europe, they were speaking the languages of whatever, Germany or whatever, wherever they were from. Maybe a few of them knew some words, but they were speaking the language of that particular land in Europe. So how did he teach them? When he put the language together, he taught their children. And their children grew up and had children. So just like you learn English in America, you went to school to learn Hebrew and your parents spoke Hebrew. What he called was Hebrew. Now it does say that in putting the modern Hebrew together, they had to borrow words from the Arabic. They had to borrow words from the Arabic. So you got this guy, Dr. Quaz Brown, talking about to this one dude. He says shalom, Yahweh Bashem, and then Dr. Brown says that's not the real Hebrew. I know the real Hebrew. I'm a solid. First of all, idiot, Eleazar Ben, and I know, and I'm almost positive, Haramlab's gonna jump on this because he did a video on that about a while ago about the Eleazar Ben Yehudi of the Ben Yehudi English Hebrew English dictionary, or vice versa. So these guys say that they're scholars. Well, your scholarship came from what? A school, and they learned it from the father of modern Hebrew, Eleazar ben Yehuda, which he said that the real Hebrew is Arabic, and a handful of words we borrowed or borrowed from the Arab people. All right. So now let me let you. Matter of fact, let me bring this back. I'm sorry. Let me bring this back.
Do something, but that wasn't even the most disrespectful part. They had others and some white liberals up there screaming about Palestine. They interrupted Biden's speech, yelling about Palestine, Palestine, Palestine. Only thing I don't like about that, they're popping up in a black church
Oh, I'm
where
sorry. I went too
a
far back.
massive tragedy happened, so that they can come. That's what I like. See, this brother.
Actually, I've lost
The
weight
damn
due to that
commercial.
brain.
Damn commercial. Are they done?
I
Okay.
like a brother who's honest because he's telling the truth. This is where I be going in when the this came. The Arabs were another form of colonization.
Let me come back over
Because
here. I'm
he's
sorry.
telling the truth.
Fair
This is
use.
where
Fair
I be
use.
going in when the tethers call
supremacists. Um, like it's been known, like they always fought against the white supremacists, and they're the one that actually fought when the Europeans came into Africa for colonialism. A lot of the other tribes, they're like basically just rolled over. They don't really have no power. I'm not trying
yeah,
to be like denigrate them, but they don't. They, basically, five white men could have come and just roll over the whole village, you know.
yeah,
So,
oh yeah, oh,
I mean, in Africa
heavy.
we know this. So, and right now they have a lot of these people coming over here, calling you guys names, and I don't really appreciate that. When I hear that,
Right.
like that's why I 100% support you guys. Keep doing your thing, man.
Man, I respect that, man. Thank you so much.
This
Now,
is
see, that's what I
so-called
like. See, this
African.
brother is not a tether. I like a brother who's honest because he's telling the truth. This is where I be going in when the tethers call up trying to talk slick to us. I remind them of what this brother said. Hey, man, some
If you're not familiar with Tariq Nasheed and the FBA movement, a tether is somebody that's not FBA. That might be a Somali or a Ethiopian or an African or a Nigerian that he would call them tethers because this thing is to you know he's on the reparations tip. So you got other you know people of other nations trying to hop on the bandwagon when the reparations come. So the only ones that's going to receive reparations are foundational black Americans, which some of them could be Gallics. If they served slavery in America, brought over here in cargo slave ships. So, I mean, you got to listen to them to understand, I'll say his philosophy.
of those tribes that y'all sitting up here trying to tip your hat about, talking about y'all got some culture, but we FBAs don't. Our culture is deeper than that tribe over there because these tribes have been remixed. These are not even ancient tribes. These tribes have been thrown together because of the different invasions, especially with the Arab invasions over there. Remember, before the white supremacists came, the
I'm sorry.
Arabs were over there wrecking and wreaking havoc and throwing these groups of people here, and they would flee there and then become a part of that tribe. That's why so many of those different tribal languages, um, there are so many words that are codified by Arabic, and even the script in most of.
And I'm sorry, I'm stopping and going. I'm all over the place. This is ABC News has a 1 hour U.S. airlines cancel flights with an S, plural, to Ecuador amid rise in gang violence. So you're going down there to Ecuador for a vacation or whatever, you might not come back. You might be coming home in a body bag.
Those tribal groups over there, it's an Arabic script. Their language is written in Arabic. It's real deep. It's a real deep thing, which is another form of colonization. So again, a lot of their culture is based on a form of subjugation, which they try to shame us about. Look, we've been subjugated over here, but Our identity is the resistance to it. That's what we built our identity on: civil rights, um, maroon fighting, resistance fighting. That's what we based our identity on, fighting these.
If you don't know about the Maroons, you should get into the history. The last DVD he did was on the Maroons, which when you get into it, we don't know if it's all Reuben or Jake and Reuben. We believe it's a mixture of Jake and Reuben, because you know Jake mingled himself among Reuben and Gad, and we know you got Gad just as dark as Jake.
Oppressors off of us. These other cultures, they've been just as oppressed, if not worse. Well, I won't say worse. Nobody's been through what we've been through, but they've had the same form of oppression, but they act like it didn't happen. They act like there's some kind of deal they struck with the Arabs and the European colonizers who came over, like they just struck some kind of deal that went wrong. Nah, y'all were colonized and subjugated over there. And we don't say that to be facetious. We just have to get some straightening and just get this history straight. Yeah? All right. But shout out to that brother, see? That's a non-tether. That brother doesn't carry himself like a tether. That's a rider. We need riders like that. That's what I respect. What's up, Chris? Hop on, brother.
What's up, my FBA brother? Long time no
What's going on?
speak.
Okay, got it.
You can hear me now?
Uh-huh. There you go. Much
Yeah,
better.
bro. Long time no speak, man. I used to be in your spaces a lot, hoping for a change.
How to save time and money when inflating your tires. We're using air pump.
I'm by an aircraft right
Okay.
now, so you gotta give me a second. It's a
Okay, bro. We'll have you call back
yeah,
up.
it's a lot.
Because the brother, we'll have you call up, brother. The brother has a Timu earpiece on, and that's just not working here, sir. Oh, and what's up, Ty?
Hi, Tariq. I just want to say something about what the caller just spoke about the Fulani. And
Yeah.
I am FBA here in Los
Oh,
Angeles with you.
Here comes the
yes, ma'am.
madness.
So, from my research, the Fulani, which is a descendant of Ishmael, this is going to sound crazy and this is going to piss
Oh.
off the Hebrew Israelites, okay? I just want you to know that.
Mm-hmm.
They're telling us we're Jews and we're Israelites.
By the way, the Fulani goes back to, I know for sure, one of the brothers said it, to the Senegal. The people, Senegalese people, you had Israelites among the Senegalese people. Give you a fun fact. Malcolm X's father was a Senegalese, straight up Senegalese, dark skinned Senegalese. So based upon that, if you're saying, well, the Senegalese are Hamites, then Malcolm X was a Hamite. Based upon that.
We are Bantu people. And we ran all of Africa and the whole world. We had 27 dynasties before these.
And by the way, the Bantu people, there was a group of Bantus that went south down to South Africa, which are known as the Zulus. The Zulus are Bantu people. You know, the Bantu is further north of the continent of Africa. The Zulus are further south in South America. So Shaka Zulu would have to be an Israelite. That's on their side, not mine.
Go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, and Abram, he
Oh,
had. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, love. Okay, so Abram had two sons, Esau and Ishmael. Okay, and then Isaac. Isaac is a chosen seed.
What? See, that's why a woman's supposed to shut the fuck up. Abraham had two sons. Ish, what did she say? Edom and Ish. Let me pull that back. Madness, man.
Oh,
Had. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, love. Okay, so Abram had two sons, Esau and Ishmael.
Esau and Ishmael. Abraham never had two sons, Esau and Ishmael. Abraham, as a matter of fact, Abraham had 8 sons: Ishmael, Isaac, and the sixth son from Keturah. Esau came out of Isaac. So, you know, get the straight jacket out.
Okay, and then Isaac. Isaac is a chosen seed. This is what African Americans, Caribbeans, and Haitians come from. When it comes to Esau and Ishmael, Ishmael is the Fulani. The Fulani are the people who give passage to the Europeans to come and do the things they do in Africa. They're the ones who killed the Nigerians. The Igbo tribe is our people. The
It's pronounced Ibu.
Yoruba tribes are the 10 kingdoms. We're from the 12 kingdoms. Esau
Yoruba are Igbo, but they're a tribe of the Ibu.
is the one.
Nas a Yoruba, which means he's Igbo. Igbo. That's why Nas's father called him Nasir. He uses the word Nas. Cut it short. His line goes directly back to the Yoruba people. So for you Israelites out there that say that, oh, you from Africa, you directly go back to Africa, you're a Hamite. Anybody out there tell me that Nas is a Hamite? So Hamites can spit like that now. They can hit bars like that. However you use the terminology.
One who does all the evil behind closed doors and gives the white man carte blanche to do the things he.
Well, who's the white man? Where did the white man come from? You did mention Edom. You mentioned the Edomites or Esau. So where did the white man come out of? Where'd they come from?
Does. This is why black people in America cannot unite, because Esau is here with us, sabotaging us, and Ishmael is. So we have to come to the conclusion that they are here and they are amongst us, woven right in with us. The white man never came on the continent to get nobody off as a slave, because
Now, you know, she mentioned Esau, then she said the white man, which leads me to believe that Esau and a white man, are two different nations, two different uh, genes, races, so you can understand. So you can hear the mass confusion. This is why we don't have women. And look, women that come on our page, they better just say shalom, shalom, and keep it moving. Don't you dare put a scripture up. Don't even think about putting the scripture up. Don't help us in any goddamn way. We don't need your help. There's enough men out there to hit the right precept and the right scripture and so forth. So say shalom, great teaching, edifying, and keep it moving.
because he was too weak, he would have fell out from the sun. But he made deals and pacts with Esau and Ishmael, and they handed us over, like he said, with Ghana and the Ashanti and the Akans. Yes, there's a lot of tribes in Africa that did a cold game on us. But the Hebrew Israelites are trying to take us back into Church 2.0 when we're not Hebrews and we're not Israelites and we're not Jews. We're Bantu. And that's our bloodline. And that's the only time we're going to ever rise up as a nation.
And the Bantu are Israelites. You just went circumlocution. You just went right back to who we are. We're not Israelites. We're Bantu. Well, who are the Bantu? The Bantu are Israelites.
Is when we understand that we are Bantu. They made it small, like Bantu just means a language and a people, but it's more than that. Okay. Now, that aside, I just want to leave you with this. Okay. I'm landing the plane. Why why as FBA have we never thought to
Now, now Tariq, he has the bongos playing in the background to let you know that she ain't playing with a full deck, and she's pretty much all over the place.
ask for like Taiwan and China. Taiwan and China, U.S. says that they can have one country, two states. Why can't we have one country and two states? We built America. So we should have our own government within this country. Why has nobody ever thought of that or brought that up? Is that too big for us to think we can achieve? And that's all I got to say. Salim.
Thank, thank you so much, dear.
And she says Salim, Salim. That in the Bantu they say Salim, Shalom, and Shalama. They'll say Shalama, and a lot of those words in the Bantu language goes back to Hebrew because they were Hebrews, they were Israelites. So let's listen to a little bit of Tariq, and then I'm gonna close.
Lord. Okay. So that was a lot. What's that, dear? What's that? Hold on. My wife is showing me something. What is this? A medical bill? Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. That's all right. So how come we can't have what she say? We can't have a government within a government. Man, listen, we under a system of anti-black racism, white supremacy. That's why. The thing is, we can have that, but then what are we going to do about the white supremacists? Because they're going to try to sabotage it. That's the thing. So we can't keep ignoring systematic white supremacy. That is our problem. When we start talking about all the stuff we need to have, which is true, let's get it. But once we get it, then we are going to have a white supremacist problem. What are we going to do about them sabotaging it? That's why we can't take the eye off that. We're never going to get anything popping without dealing with that issue first. That's why everything falls apart. All right? We got to deal with the usual suspects sabotaging everything we do. When you hear somebody say, man, ain't no white supremacy, what we need to do as a black peoples, and then they start listing off all this stuff, that's a waste of time. All right? If you do something without keeping in mind the white supremacist saboteurs, it's going to fail. You always got to keep your eyes on them because they are going to try to sabotage it every time if you are not focused on protecting yourself from their sabotaging.
Yeah, the term is fear of a black planet. So they know the history because in the mighty Roman Empire, pagan Roman Empire, Jakes took that over and got up in the high seats. We had Roman Empire was split up into two empires, Western Rome and Eastern Rome. Western Rome was ruled primarily by Edomites, and Eastern Rome was ruled by, or the empire was ruled by Jake, which history books paint them all as being so-called white people, which is bullshit. Like I always say, sound like a broken record. The first, I believe there was Jakes in there before Nerva, but Nerva actually sat up as a Caesar. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Otho or Galba, Otho, I believe Otho or Galba. If you look up, do yourself a favor, go to Google and look up Year of the Four Emperors, and it'll mention Galba, Otho, Galba, Vitellius, and Vespasian. I believe that either Galba or Otho was an actual Jake. During the reign of Vespasian, here I am going into that Roman history, he had his son Titus be a general, but he wasn't an experienced general because he was set up to take down Jake 70 A.D. And it was this guy, I always get his name, Alexander Tiberius, Julius Tiberius Alexander, however you want to place the names. He was a Jake. He was born an Israelite. He was an Alexandrian Israelite that pushed. He was, circumcised on the 8th day, the whole nine. Knew the Hebrew. Oh well, I don't know if he knew the Hebrew, but he knew he was an Israelite. He turned his back on the Israelites, and he followed the Romans, and he was the one that was in charge and getting a lot of the majority of Jakes getting killed. And we believe that this guy, Austin, the secretary of the military, that they're trying to get him to resign because he was in a hospital because of prostate cancer. We believe that that's him coming back. And he's a coon. He's a coon. He'll freak out if he was around 3 or 4 Jakes. He's totally into Esau. Well, that could be him coming back. I'm powerful. Almost positive. I'm positive that that's him. I mean, it could be wrong. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit more. Then I'm gonna close.
Let's look at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Let's look at some successes and learn from successes, because the sister did bring up a good point. I was playing the drums, kind of clowning, but the sister, she brought up something that's a very good topic.
She brought up a lot of things. There's a smorgasbord of things, which was basically confusion, because she doesn't know the difference. She mentioned Esau, the Edomites, then she mentioned the white man. Then she said Abraham only had 2 sons. What did she say? She said Ishmael and Esau, I think she said. So she was, if you don't know, oh, that sister's deep. That sister's deep. She's really deep. I'm gonna get with her. Spirit's working on her. Yeah, the spirit is working on her. The spirit is Satan. But anyway, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna change subjects a little bit. Where is it? Let me come right here. Okay, this right here, put it by GMS Page Master, which is the young elder Kazakh out of the Mississippi, formerly of Chicago, GMS. He put up a video. I watched some of it. I put a couple of comments. This particular, let me do this. Yeah, this guy, I said he might be a Jake because of his name. It's a Scottish name. And he speaks about the MOTB, and he breaks it down the same way we break it down. And this was way back in 1982. Anyway, let's check the all right, let me just go to the notification, see what's happening. Okay, another wag the dog distraction event. Either way, Jacob trouble is going full blown soon. Hey, the spirit of Jacob, time of Jacob's trouble, and Jacob's trouble equals Esau's trouble, because Jacob's trouble is going to end with Esau's trouble. So I'm gonna watch this video. Matter of fact, I might just play some of it. Now I know I'm an Israelite. What now? What if you're one of the elect? So you're going to have people that know that they're Israelites that's not a part of the elect. It's not going to make it. If you're an Israelite and a man, you need to get out there on them, pushing that word. You know what I'm going to do? Let me do this. Give you a little bit of this here.
Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners among the heathen that look like the heathen. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And what just happened in Ecuador, man, that's a precursor to what's going to happen here in America. It is going to get crazy, and it's funny. You know, I read that scripture, and I was just reading in this magazine that I'm subscribed to on how to build a fire in wet weather. All right? And, you know, and how to gather up the fuel and the different techniques, which is something that we all might need to, what's the name of this magazine anyway? This comes to me. This is an NSRA magazine membership update. So I guess I got a membership to this. But Liberty, Independence, and Patriotism. Not that I'm a patriot or any of that, but for the information like this is why I got the magazine. It's giving you different survival techniques in the wild, and and what how to identify plants you can eat, and those are going to be things that we need the Lord. And ultimately, we got to depend on the Lord. But the scriptures clearly say, "Blessed is he who readeth." All right, so so when you're reading the scriptures to get understanding, you can also read other information to get understanding too. All right, the Lord gave us a mind and a brain. All right. And he gave us portions of wisdom and a way to think that most people don't have. All right. So, it could be helpful to read things like that. But definitely the fire is already kindled, which made me think about that scripture. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video about this armed takeover of the TV station in Ecuador. And it's just like riots and crazy shit happening in Ecuador.
Oh, beautiful. Now it all comes together. The flights, they said they canceled flights to Ecuador because of gang violence. So now the elder gave me the answer. Okay? See, things are coming back to back, man. Hey, when I get up, when I wake, my eyes open up and I'm no longer groggy and half asleep, I put it right on the news. I go to various different news channels just to see what's going on, because I know there's going to be, it seems like every day or every other day, every couple of days, there's breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. A new war breaks out, a proxy war. Matthew 24, wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places.
On the streets, completely unruliness. And that's, that's just a precursor of things to come, because they're trying to, of course, America's going to tell the story, but they're going to tell it from a Western perspective. And there was an article in it on Russia Today. Although I didn't read that article, it'd be interesting to see, their perspective as well. But anyway, let's find out what's happening here, because I haven't seen anything, just inklings, little, like quick hits here and there. So I really haven't, dove into the story because it's so fresh. This just happened yesterday. So here we go.
The chilling images coming in from Ecuador late today. Armed men storming a live TV broadcast in Ecuador.
Let me do this because I don't want them to. Let me do this. From Ecuador late today, armed men storm a live TV broadcast in Ecuador. I think that's all you really need. Studio crew taken hostage. It all happened after the government there had imposed a state of emergency. ABC's Map River. Oh, these motherfuckers ain't playing. They rolled it up. There's Jake right there. They just took this shit. This is new. This is news to me. This is news to me. Y'all better start doing news from an undisclosed location. All that studio shit. We in the studio. You better go somewhere. Now wait before the even go. While this dude is in the TV studio with I believe that's the elder reading shotgun. What looks like a damn Shockwave, an American-made Mossberg shock wave. But anyway, what do you think here in America when they try to take the guns? Now we don't know if this is, you know, what I want to say. You know, this is planned. You know, and they showed you that in the movie. What's the movie with Demolition Man? You watch that whole movie. The end of the movie, the whole thing with was River Phoenix, whatever hell his name is, Jake, played by Wesley Snipes. He was really set up by the top guy. He was behind all that shit. Auto ad KO. See, not Bush, Biden is bringing auto ad KO to this country with all these migrants or immigrants coming in. They're just letting them in. And you don't got to be legal. You got the Chinese national, African nationals, Nigerians. You got them just coming in on buses, man. This is called auto ad KO. Order out of chaos. You're going to bring complete chaos to this system, and then you're going to declare order. This is we're already in Jacob's trouble. We're already in Jacob's trouble, but it's going to get worse. It's going to intensify. We're in the beginning stages of second Ezra 15 and second Ezra 16. And I notice ain't nobody be scoffing no more. When we do our videos, not too many people be scoffing. They used to always scoff. They don't scoff no more. They saying, I don't know, man. These GMS brothers, I don't know. They said this was gonna happen years ago, and it is happening. So let's look at it a little bit more. Patriots, really tired, and this almost looks rigged to you. You never know. You never know all, Edom, because if this is real, if this is a wag the dog situation, this could be very real, but you know you can't put it past E. The dog, you may beloved Elder Apostle Gabar, speaks about a lot. So this is Elder Malcolm is speaking, because we live in a world, especially here in the West, where it's wag the dog, America all the time, events. Right. A lot of these things are staged. But I'm going to get more into this. And you know what I got to do? I got to put on CNN and these other news stations to see what's going on. But anyway, let me, wow, things are happening. You can't even keep up with this. This right here, 5 injured after boom truck collapse in Manhattan. I saw this last night. Shit is just falling apart, man. There was this old hotel that it was a gas leak and it blew part of the hotel. I believe it was a bomb or something happened. There's so much shit that's going on, you can't even keep up with it. Everything is intensifying. Hold up. This is Tim Cass IRL update. Trump lawyer, says the president can order an assassination against political rivals. He is correct. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, let me say shalom. On to the next one. Shalom.